Welcome to Knowledge Equity Partners. Today, we are dissecting enterprise AI architecture. For the last year, the industry operated on a simple assumption. You could plug your entire operation into a single external frontier API and let it solve every problem. But when you try to deploy that at an enterprise scale, the physical, economic, and legal realities break that model apart. Tying your core applications directly to one provider's endpoint creates an architectural vulnerability that most organizations can no longer afford. The first point of failure is compute. External GPU access is finite, and when thousands of companies compete for the same server farms, you hit physical bottlenecks fast. Then there is the cost. Pushing high-volume enterprise data through a usage-based token pricing model quickly results in severe sticker shock. Finally, jurisdiction. Data residency laws, sector regulations, and strict IP protection mean vast amounts of internal data simply cannot be sent to an external server. These three constraints force an organizational pivot away from the single model dream toward a multi-track architecture. The solution lies in an abstraction layer. Instead of wiring your software directly to one provider, you route your application through a central orchestration node connected to a diverse pool of models. This creates two distinct paths for your workloads. The first is the frontier track, reserved for tasks requiring broad reasoning, complex multimodal analysis, and external-facing experiences. The second path is the sovereign track. This routes into closed internal models like Nemotron, securing sensitive, regulated, and IP-heavy data entirely on your own infrastructure. Your end-user application doesn't even need to know which model is executing the task. The router sits in the middle, splitting the workloads across the correct tracks automatically. This matrix shows a strict workload taxonomy, plotting every incoming task by data sensitivity on the horizontal axis and task complexity on the vertical axis. Tasks with low sensitivity but high complexity belong squarely in the upper left. The router instantly pushes these directly to the frontier APIs. But anything that registers as highly sensitive moves to the right side of the grid. Whether the reasoning task is simple or complex, the router locks it into the sovereign track to maintain security. This taxonomy matrix replaces ad hoc engineering guesswork with hard, automated logic driven entirely by risk and difficulty. Take a heavily regulated financial institution, like a major bank or asset management firm, deploying this architecture. When a user interacts with a customer service chatbot or requests marketing materials, the router flags the data as low sensitivity and pushes it to the frontier track for high-quality language generation. But when an analyst queries internal risk intelligence or proprietary market research, the router diverts that request straight into a Nemotron-powered sovereign stack running locally. And for high-volume, low-complexity tasks, like scanning millions of transactions for anomalies, the router skips the large models entirely, utilizing small, specialized local models to eliminate token costs. This dynamic routing gives the bank full access to frontier-class reasoning while staying within its strict regulatory boundaries. Zooming out from the technical execution, this hybrid abstraction layer provides serious strategic leverage for the C-suite. Tying your entire business to a single provider exposes you to major risks, including sudden pricing hikes, unexpected roadmap changes, and complete service outages when their servers go down. By maintaining a robust sovereign stack, you shield the organization from vendor lock-in. The external frontier models simply become swappable utility components sitting behind your router. Treating multi-model routing and sovereignty as a day-one business requirement is the only way to protect the long-term enterprise roadmap. In our next episode, we will turn this logic into a developer blueprint, showing you exactly how to build a mini-sovereign stack for your own infrastructure. To catch that technical deep dive, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Knowledge Equity Partners. Remember, in the long run, controlling the architecture is far more valuable than controlling the model. We'll see you next time.